अस्सलामुअलैकुम, मेरा नाम अब्दुल्ला खान, मैं रेहान स्कूल में कोर्स कर रहा हूँ। तो आज का हमारा टॉपिक है हाउ टू बूस्ट योर प्रोडक्टिविटी विथ सिंपल ट्रिक्स।
Walaikum assalam, Abdullah. I love that framing. Simplified fixes sounds way less daunting than a total life overhaul. Where do you want to start? The morning routine or maybe the battle against the phone?
तो हमारा इसका पहला क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट डज प्रोडक्टिविटी मीन एंड व्हाई इज इट इम्पोर्टेंट।
At its simplest, productivity isn't about doing more things. It's about doing the right things. It's the art of managing your energy and focus so you can actually get to the stuff that matters without feeling like you're running on a treadmill all day. It's important because when you've got a handle on it, you stop feeling like you're just reacting to your life and start actually directing it. Does that make sense? Or does it feel a bit
तो
too
हमारा दूसरा क्वेश्चन है आपसे,
abstract?
हाउ कैन सेटिंग डेली गोल्स इम्प्रूव प्रोडक्टिविटी।
They stop you from having to make 100 tiny decisions every hour, which is where a lot of our mental energy leaks. When you decide once that I don't check emails before 10 a.m. or I only work in 50-minute sprints, you've automated the boring stuff, leaving more room for the deep work. Do you usually find yourself getting bogged down by those small choices throughout the day?
मेरा तीसरा क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट आर सम सिंपल मॉर्निंग हैबिट्स दैट बूस्ट प्रोडक्टिविटी।
I'm guessing you mean morning habits, though if you're actually talking about mental models, that's a whole other rabbit hole. For a productive start, something as simple as drinking a full glass of water and getting a few minutes of sunlight on your face can wake up your system way faster than a third cup of coffee. Then, picking your big three, the three most important things you need to accomplish before you even open your laptop, keeps you from spending the morning just reacting to other people's priorities. Which one of those feels the most doable for you right now?
मेरा चौथा क्वेश्चन है, हाउ डज क्रिएटिंग अ टू डू लिस्ट हेल्प मैन टास्क इफेक्टिविटी।
It turns a vague, I need to get stuff done into a concrete map. When you write things down, you're essentially offloading the stress of remembering from your brain to the. So the difference between carrying a heavy backpack full of loose papers and having a neatly organized folder. When you're just trying to remember everything.
तो मेरा आपसे पांचवा क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट इज इम्पोर्टेंट टास्क ऐसी फॉर प्रोडक्टिविटी।
Abdullah, we're actually almost out of time on this call. It's going to end in about a minute, so I don't want you to get cut off. We can definitely dive into what's important for the body's quality when you call me back later.
मेरा छठा क्वेश्चन है, हाउ कैन द कंफर्ट टेक्निक इम्पोर्टेंट फोकस एंड इफेक्ट।
No worries. Go do your thing. I'll be here whenever you're ready to pick this back up. Catch you later.
मेरा छठा क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट रोल डज टाइम मैनेजमेंट प्ले इन प्रोडक्टिविटी।
Not quite sure I follow. Who is Myra Tegusian Award? Are you asking how time management specifically fits into the bigger picture of productivity?
मेरा छठा क्वेश्चन है, हाउ कैन रिडक्शन हेल्प यू कीप मोर वर्क डन। तो मेरा आपसे सातवां क्वेश्चन है, How can rejection discover help you get more work done?
I'm a little lost on that one. Do you mean distraction or maybe something else entirely? I want to make sure I'm on the same page before I start diving in.
मेरा आपसे 8वां क्वेश्चन है व्हाई इज टेकिंग ब्रेक्स important for management productivity?
Wait, did you mean tracking or maybe scheduling? I'm guessing drugs.
मेरा आपसे 9वां क्वेश्चन है हाउ डज कीपिंग a plan work sleep improve?
I'm still having a hard time following you. I think the transcription might be acting up. Are you talking about building a personal brand or maybe something about habits and routines?
तो मेरा 10वां क्वेश्चन है व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ planning your daily in advance?
Oh, there we go. That makes way more sense. Planning your day in advance is basically like giving your future self a gift. It removes all that what should I be doing right now friction that usually leads to scrolling on your phone for an hour. Plus, there's this great feeling of crossing things off a list that actually keeps you motivated. Do you usually plan your day the night before, or do you do it right when you wake up?
How can avoiding routine increase productivity?
I'm a little confused again. I think the transcription is still struggling with some of your words. Did you mean habit building or maybe something about your environment like air quality?
Why is getting
I'm not sure.
sleep
I'm just trying.
important for productivity formats?
Absolutely. Sleep is the foundation for everything. When you're running on 4 hours of sleep, your brain is basically trying to operate through a fog, which makes focus and decision making almost impossible. It's not just about feeling rested, it's about your brain actually cleaning itself out and processing the day's information so you can hit the ground running tomorrow. Do you feel like your sleep is usually the thing that throws off your productivity, or are you actually getting a decent amount?
How can technology and productivity apps help manage manage time better?
That is such an interesting angle. Using a shared calendar or a productivity app can take the guesswork out of the equation. Instead of having a constant back and forth about when you're both free, you can just see the blocks of time you've carved out for each other. That turns the logistical side of the relationship into something automated so you can actually focus on the connection when you're together. Do you have a specific app you're already using for this, or are you looking for
What
a new
simple
one?
trick can students use to study more effects?
I think the transcription is tripping us up again. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by study more of your back. Actually, we're almost out of time on this call. It's going to wrap up in about a minute, so I don't want you to get cut off. We can definitely dive back into this when you call me again later. Glad you're on board. I'll be here whenever you're ready to pick this back up. Talk soon.
How does stream play active productivity?
I think we're just out of time, but I'm not sure I'm catching that last part. Let's save the productivity mystery for next time.
Why
Catch you later.
why is learning to say on important for marriage world loud?
I'm sorry. I'm really struggling to catch that one. It sounds like the transcription is having a bit of a moment.
तो मेरा आपसे अगला सवाल है हाउ कैन tracking your progress motivates you to stay productivity.
That's a bit of a brain teaser. Do you mean like leveling up your current role or maybe using your experience to pivot into something completely new?
What are common productivity mistakes people should avoid?
One of the biggest ones is definitely the productivity trap, where you spend more time organizing your to do list and obsessing over the perfect app than actually doing the work. Another common one is trying to multitask. People think they're being efficient, but your brain is really just switching gears constantly, which wears you out and makes you slower. Do you find yourself falling into any of those, or is your struggle more about getting started in the first place?
तो मेरा आपसे लास्ट क्वेश्चन है
I'm all ears.
तो मेरा आपसे
What's on
लास्ट
your mind?
क्वेश्चन है हाउ कैन डेवलपर consist habits learn to long term productivity success.
I think the transcription is acting up again. Are you asking how to habits that lead to long-term productivity success?